All right, welcome to Game 3 of Neverland Classic. Here we have Lost Boys against Bay Area Breakers, two of the premier club teams in the West region. Here we are with starting lines. Lost Boys starting with Chris Cito and Jake Malloy, ready for the run-up for Quaffle and Bludger. The remaining players for Lost Boys, chaser Lindsey Simpson, chaser Vincent Woolsey, beater Christian Krager, and chaser Shay Hillinger. Meanwhile, for Breakers, the two beaters lined up for Bludger Control are Sam Selly and Lane Nowak. And the remaining players on Breakers ready to set up on defense, John Judd at keeper, with Gabe Garcia, Kalen Ta, and Jaime Aleman in at chaser. So this is going to be a very big match. These two teams very familiar with each other, played against each other at regionals last year. This will be the first time they face each other in the new season. Lost Boys and Bay Area Breakers with brooms up coming in just a moment. Reffing this game, we have a Cal ref crew, Jesse Stevens on snitch ref, and a new head ref in Harrison Dill, who will be manning the stripes. So, brooms up in just a little bit. Lost Boys and Bay Area Breakers coming up soon. Yes, I am now by myself. So
can I join you?
Yeah, go for it.
Channing or Channing?
Channing.
Channing.
And you are?
Joe.
Joe. Cool. Nice to meet you, man. It is Harry Dill and Jacob Ellis reffing this game. And we'll have brooms up shortly.
Starting beaters for Lost Boys, Christian Krager, Jake Malloy. And for the Breakers,
Lane Nowak and Sam Selly with the new and reformatted run-up.
Right. Look to the left and they're on the right.
Here we go with the run-up.
Lost Boys as white, Breakers as blue. Brooms down. Ready. Brooms up.
Run-up happening. Cito grabbing the Quaffle on his way. Stop short there. Aleman marking him. Aleman pushing Cito. Over to Woolsey. Bludger flying off pitch. Selly racing to get it back. Woolsey back to Cito. Selly pressing from behind. He doesn't see him. Selly with the beat on Chris Cito. Going the other way. Jaime Aleman.
No beaters in front of him.
Aleman. Woolsey marking him. Tripping him up.
Cito collects. Good defensive stop by the Lost Boys.
And Sam Selly there, blindside beat there on Chris Cito to create the fast break, but Aleman tripping over himself, and Woolsey and Cito combining to recover for the Lost Boys in a goalless game to start. Both teams with a chance at goal, and no one has put the ball through the hoop so far. Chris Cito, green headband on, crossing midline.
Krager tries to skirmish to get control, but loses it, and Breakers have control here.
Selly and Nowak
Cito to Shay.
with control. Oh, Selly with the beat on Jake Malloy. Kalen Top pressing Woolsey all the way back behind hoops. Long pass back to midline, and Cito is there. Cito beat there by Sam Selly. Picking it up is Gabe Garcia. Garcia, that's going to be as easy as you like. No beaters in his way. Gabe Garcia with the opening goal here for the Bay Area Breakers. 1-0 here in favor of Bay Area Breakers.
Breakers will hold control as Lost Boys progress the ball forward. Krager has the ball behind the Breakers hoops now. We'll see what they plan to do here. Ryan Smythe and Christian Krager.
Sam Selly noticing no beater in front. Krager not there to defend.
Krager pressing Selly. Krager
Selly beat by Krager. Shay Hillinger behind hoops. So Woolsey, the dodge from Woolsey, and the goal.
Lost Boys do everything right. Regain control, dodge a beat, and score a goal by Vince Woolsey.
Vincent Woolsey, the fancy feet there behind hoops, dodging Nowak's beat and getting the good goal. The score is wrong. It should be 1-1 apiece. And score! The score is 1-1. Score is 1-1.
Score is 1-1. Joe.
It is 1-1. They are correcting the score. Here is John Judd to Kalen Ta behind hoops.
You were absolutely nutty.
Ta, Woolsey. Oh, the ball slipping. Ta re-picking it up, but beat by Krager.
Recovered by Woolsey. Passed off to Cito.
Nowak beat there by Krager. Cito taking things slow. Now escorted by Smythe upfield, juking Gabe Garcia. Back in circles, Woolsey. to Cito again.
Selly with Krager behind.
Cito driving. Oh, beat by Selly. Hillinger. No, off the rim. Smythe right there to clean it up. Lindsey Simpson collects.
Pass back
to Woolsey. Selly right. Oh, Woolsey again blocking a beat.
The Breakers beaters leave Woolsey, but it doesn't matter. The Breakers quad ball players make the stop by themselves.
So Woolsey again unable to be beat there by the Breakers. A dodge earlier in the game to result in the goal, but this time a great block from Woolsey there. Unable to finish there as Alamon in his way. Here's John Judd, Stanford product. In at keeper for the Breakers. Judd seeing a lane. Can't find the handle on that pass. And that's going to go out of play for a turnover.
Dodgeball control stays with the Breakers.
It is 1-1. And here is Chris Cito, formerly of Team USA. He is a all-purpose threat on offense. Passes off to Hillinger. Shea Hillinger. Oh, to Simpson, no. A mirror image of the Breakers' possession on the other end when Kalen Todd couldn't quite reel in the pass. Lindsey Simpson, the same there. Just a bit too high on the pass from Shea Hillinger.
Krager pressed the trade. Lost Boys thought they had an opening. The pass goes right over Lindsey's hands, and Breakers still retain control.
The game that we had previously, Cal against Lost Boys, was a game full of fast breaks. A lot of action here, but this game a lot more controlled. Both teams taking things very slowly, very methodically.
Jed goes back to Gabe Garcia. Gabe Garcia's walking towards the hoops. No one's pressuring him.
Oh, the swat from Woolsey. Garcia picking it up again, though. Not giving up on the play. Garcia.
Wrapped by Cito.
Cito can't bring him down.
Tries to
Garcia
reset.
only finds Hillinger. And cleaning up the play is Christian Krager. Oh, and Kalen Todd's there, but no. Krager there to tap out every single one of the Breakers players in the scrum. And Vincent Woolsey showing out on both sides of the ball here with the deflection.
Score still 1-1. Beater control to dodgeball control to the Breakers.
Selly and Krager, a little bit of a duel there. Here's Hillinger to Woolsey to Cito. Cito. Oh, although can he do it on his own? He dodges a beat. Oh, Woolsey, that's good. So Cito finding Woolsey.
Breakers make a lot of good decisions there with their beater players. They tapped out the quad ball players sitting by the hoops like Lindsey Simpson, and Cito kind of lost opportunities, but Vincent Woolsey there to pick up the loose squad ball and score anyway.
It's Woolsey that's been taking over this game so far.
2010 Lost Boys.
If you switch the colors, it'll be easier for you.
It's Nowak and Selly with control. Selly tapping out Hillinger.
Gabe Garcia with the quad ball. Walking right outside the keeper zone.
Dodge from Ryan Smythe. Oh, no, it does hit him. Garcia, Judd, too tall. It's rare that a pass is too tall for John Judd, but it is there. There's a
Lost Boys
huge scrum, and there are no dodgeballs back for Breakers. Cito
Cito's cut off by Gabe.
Get away from Gabe Garcia. Cito to Simpson. Simpson, no. Oh, and Woolsey. Oh, yes. Vincent Woolsey picking the quad ball up and getting the good goal there.
Chaotic quad ball movement, but again, Vincent Woolsey is finding all these opportunities in all the chaos.
And it's going to be, I believe, a foul called on the Bay Area Breakers. But Vincent Woolsey unfazed and getting the goal anyway. Vincent Woolsey.
Woolsey's going to push the lead to 20 points. It'll be 30-10. The goal should be called good.
So,
yes,
Nowak pressing Tommy Cito, getting in the way smartly. Brown tosses all the way. Oh, Selly dodges the beat. And in all of this chaos, there's beater chaos going on the other side of the pitch. Oh, and Steve DiCarlo. Oh, Selly missed the beat on Woolsey, but Steve DiCarlo did this so many times, swiping away the quad ball. John Judd to Kalen Todd. Midfield, there's a scrum. Woolsey back in possession to Simpson. Oh, the dime from Vincent Woolsey.
Woolsey benefiting off the chaos in multiple plays before this and causing some of the chaos here with help from Steve DiCarlo
sneaking in unnoticed, something he did so often in West Fantasy. Poking the ball away from the keeper.
Against Cali, tried it maybe 3 or 4 times, was successful about 50% of the time.
So DiCarlo with the steal. Quad ball bouncing around in midfield, picked up by Woolsey to Simpson. That's good.
Scores 40-10 Lost Boys.
Breakers trying to answer here. Aleman, big beat there by Tommy Brown, and that pass sails over the hoops. So
Aleman waits for the clear lane, tries to find that center hoop, but overshoots it. I'm not sure if he's going for the pass, but definitely went over the highest
it is
hoop.
Jess Sang and Tommy Brown in at beater for the Lost Boys, and Steve DiCarlo in possession here.
A new keeper in for Lost Boys, Barrios, new to the Lost Boys this year.
Woolsey finally out of this game, and Woolsey had been one of the biggest impact players on offense, honestly, on both sides of the ball. But with Woolsey off pitch, let's see if Breakers can mount a comeback. DiCarlo passes. Oh, to Russell. Oh, that's good. A contested shot with Sebastian Lamb right in his way. Breakers on the fast break, though. Hugo Quiroz trying to get control there, and there's a bludger scrum. Tommy Brown. Oh, the sneaky beat there from Brown. Nowak tries to catch, can't get it to go.
No bludgers for, no dodgeballs.
Barrios. Oh, all the way to Russell. Russell's
scores.
good. Meanwhile, Hugo Quiroz and Jess Sang are really fighting over the loose dodgeball here. Quiroz is going to recover control on his own. So Hugo Quiroz, a big play there.
Interesting from Hugo here. I'd say he was one of the reasons the fast break was available last play, but makes up for it and collects beater control, dodgeball control.
Quiroz, so smart, so intelligent. Hugo Quiroz, so many years of experience with San Jose State, with Bay Area Breakers. Here comes another break. Fruzetti trying to finish in traffic. Yes. No, it does not go. Stopped at the hoop.
Wow.
So Herman Barrios stopping the attempted dunk there from Daniel Fruzetti.
Stout defense from Barros, who also you'll see on offense likes to shoot from right outside the keeper zone. Steve DiCarlo now carrying the quad ball. Great passing. Formerly a beater, but has really been showing a new light in the quad ball field, in the quad ball lane. Passes back to Barrios.
Barrios behind hoops. Barrios marked by Ta.
Barrios passes back to Steve.
DiCarlo. Oh, Hugo Quiroz right there.
Breakers are fast breaking.
Here's Sebastian
No one in
Lamb.
front of Breakers.
Oh yes, Sebastian Lamb is good. So that's gonna put Breakers at 20 points. Lost Boys still with a healthy 4-goal lead. Here is Barrios.
Breakers hold control on this offensive drive from the Lost Boys.
Lost Boys still up 60-20. Barrios to DiCarlo.
Tommy is trying to regain control. Jess goes in and gets beat. Tommy looks like he wants to throw to
Tommy
regain.
trying to get things done on his own. And Tommy is going to be clear there as he has immunity. Cheyenne Long out wide here for the Lost Boys.
Just saying we're trying to
Fruzetti pressing onto Russell behind hoops. Alex Russell, long pass back to DiCarlo. This is what they practice in warm-up so often. The Lost Boys passing the shot. No, it's a pass. Russell can't pick it up. Fruzetti on him. There's going to be a beat there and a turnover. So the passing there from Lost Boys, unfortunately not able to make inroads there. And it's going to be Fruzetti with Quiroz and Bautista back in possession.
New player here, Freddie Ramirez, joining the Breakers quad ball lineup.
It's Fruzetti to Bautista.
Breakers
lurking at the left hoop.
Breakers with control.
Bautista finds her. Brown pressing high up.
Pass back to Bautista.
Back to Bautista. Bautista trying to get away from DiCarlo. DiCarlo's off room. Bautista is beat by Tommy Brown. So Tommy Brown, some great plays on defense from him. Former Las Vegas Invader, now playing for the Lost Boys. And here comes Jake Malloy, the hard-hitting, formerly of Seattle Quad Ball Club, beater.
New chaser also joins
So here is Malloy with Sang.
Tyler Ortiz joins the quad ball lineup, formerly of Diablo Quidditch.
Oh,
ASU.
Freddie Ramirez trying the crafty dodge, but Malloy wisely does not fall for it.
Control to the breakers.
Barrios to Ortiz.
Ortiz is holding the ball in space. Passes back to Barrios.
Back to Barrios. There's a...
Lost Boys look like they'll regain control here.
It's back to DiCarlo with Malloy to keep him company. DiCarlo. Ortiz, yes!
And that is that Los Angeles Gambit connection that was oh so popular years and years ago.
The alley there from Steve DiCarlo finding Ortiz for the flush. That puts Lost Boys up 70-20.
There'll be a stoppage of play here. Goal is 70-20 to the Lost Boys as we get to about halfway through this match.
And the refs are discussing what I believe to be a dangerous kick.
No, they kicked the quaffle back as it was rolling in.
Maybe a kick after on a dead ball, maybe a dead ball foul.
Lost Boys. What's your number? Number 4. Lost Boys. Illegal interaction.
Obviously, it made her feel better too when people like, just made it for everyone.
So I haven't seen Barrios in the region. I don't know if he's had a break before this, but he interacted with the ball after a goal was scored and called good, which is not allowed. That is illegal, and he will be sent to the box for that.
Isn't that a deduction of 50 points? I read it just last night.
So a new rule, unfortunately costing Barrios there. 1 minute in the box.
It's on this legal pad I wrote. I have. It's on this whiteboard. My hand's covered in black ink.
So it's going to be Chris Cito donning the green headband as the Lost Boys keeper, Herman Barrios, is in the box.
It'll be Steve DiCarlo donning the green headband.
Okay, it will be Steve DiCarlo and not Chris Cito here. So here are Breakers and Freddie Ramirez in possession as we get things underway. Ramirez to Garcia, and Quiroz and Lorena Medrano trying to make something happen here without control for the Bay Area Breakers. Oh, Kim Cheng beat up by Hugo Quiroz. Garcia. Oh, to Fruzetti, but no, it's too high. And that's going to be recovered by DiCarlo. So these passes...
Down a quad ball player, they still recover, and
Quiroz is... Oh, Cheyenne Long. That is so clever. Cheyenne Long, a great play to get in the way of that dodgeball, preventing Breakers from recovering control. That is a high-level play there from Cheyenne Long. And Lost Boys retain control.
Great defensive stand by Lost Boys to be down a player, keep control, and stop a offensive drive.
Quiroz there beat by Malloy. DiCarlo surveying.
Down. They're down a player.
Trying to burn out the penalty box for Barrios, who is blue carded and in the box still. DiCarlo taking things very slowly, still trying to advance the quaffle over to Ortiz. Oh, intercepted by Gabe Garcia. Garcia, full head of steam down the pitch. Garcia sees Cheng, and another pass that goes long.
Looks like it may go out of bounds. No, Jenny Yu saves
Jenny Yu
but
gets
recovered by Tyler Ortiz.
Oh, here's Tyler Ortiz on the fast break, though. Ortiz, the long attempt there from Quiroz does not work out. And Ortiz with the fast break goal.
Hugo inches away from hitting Tyler Ortiz from the midline. Score is 80-20 Lost
It's going to be Darian Yu coming in at beater for the Bay Area Breakers here as we approach.
We have to be close to 20 minutes.
To flag runner time.
You're not indicating whether goals are good or no good.
So here we are, Breakers trying to gain some momentum here before flag runner. Over to Garcia. And Breakers do have control here with Yu and Medrano.
Lost Boys are back to full power. They have all their quad ball players. Barrios is out of the box. Judd going wide.
Here is John Judd. Malloy knows he can't let Judd get too close. Judd back to Garcia. Garcia.
Malloy, the only equipped beater for Lost Boys.
Judd.
Malloy presses
Malloy
Judd.
pressing. John Judd in a very tough position. Barrios there to pick off the pass.
I want to say that's behind. We'll see what the referees call.
There is a foul on the play.
I think Freddie will argue he was planted. We'll see what the referees decide. So if Freddie is planted, he can engage from behind on Barrios, which I think is what he will defend. The referees are deciding if that is the case. Again, 80-20 to the Lost Boys. Lost Boys passing has been really successful this game. The Breakers are trying to find these passes into the corners of the field. They're not as fluid as the Lost Boys. They're really losing some offensive power there. Expect the same from the Lost Boys, who have a very fluid passing game right now.
And it's going to be a card for Freddie Ramirez.
Did they say back contact or neck contact?
I believe it was neck contact. Neck contact. Neck contact there for Freddie Ramirez, and he will be in the box. However, it's really been a matter of passes just being a bit too tall for some of these Breakers players. We saw this earlier with Kalen Ta, with John Judd, and with Daniel Frizzetti, and it's just these passes just a tiny bit too high. And once they get those down, I think we'll see some goals. But they're going to need to do this quickly. They're going to need to make that adjustment as we approach flag runner time. It is 80-20 Lost Boys in front. Christian Krager in with Jake Malloy.
There's going to be a quad ball change on the Lost Boys line. Sam Scarfone, Mark, and Tyler Ortiz stays out here. There's a new player also in the back who I do not know.
Here is Ortiz.
Breakers throw away control.
Ortiz, oh yes, and back to Scarfone. Sam
Control the
Scarfone.
Lost Boys.
That is a mid-range, good goal from Sam Scarfone. That is a pure shot there. Oh, Darian Yu. Oh, Jake Malloy had some nasty ideas, but decides better of it.
Krieger upset that there's a V on Krieger's hair, and they did not feel that.
It is 90-20 as Sam Scarfone with the mid-range shot. Lost Boys here with a commanding 7-point lead. Garcia. They need to find this passing in that made Breakers so good.
The ideas are still there. The technical implementation.
There's going to be a trade there.
Is a
Krieger recovering a dodgeball. Garcia trying to go all the way behind hoops. Going on a little adventure there is Gabe Garcia. Garcia back all the way to Jenny Yu. Yu can't find the handle. Beat quickly by Krieger, and that is going to be a turnover. So the Lost Boys are really pressing, really being aggressive on these lofted passes by the Breakers and capitalizing on any sort of mishandle.
What was so interesting about the pressure here is that control stays with the Breakers, and the Lost Boys did that with only one equipped beater and still cause all the pressure enough to force a turnover from the Breakers.
And we saw this in the game against Cal. The Lost Boys beaters playing very aggressively and reaping the rewards for their efforts here as they are up 9-2, 90-20 here. And a blue card there for Jenny Yu, kicking the ball after beat. So this just compounds the Breakers' woes here, unable to find a goal in that possession, and Jenny Yu now in the box, attempting to kick back to Garcia, but Krieger with the beat.
And now have the quad ball advantage, but control still sits with the Breakers, so they'll have to work for this one.
Breakers playing a chaser down.
Daruk joins the beater game for the Lost Boys.
It is Krieger who is beat. Scarfone dishes to Tyler Ortiz. Ortiz, Medrano on him. Too tall for Capitulo. Recovers, Mark recovers. Back to Sam Scarfone. Scarfone
mishandles the ball.
Cannot find the handle. Gabe Garcia swats it away.
And Lost Boys regain dodgeball control.
Gabe Garcia.
Everywhere on defense on the last play, ran to the back.
Cold denial there on defense. And here's John Judd.
Big move for the Breakers here.
It's Lane Nowak and Darian Yu. Breakers without control.
Lost Boys playing very aggressively with their beaters. Daruk trades with.
It is Daruk beating out Yu. Krieger pressing. Judd beats. And there is a pass back to only finding Ortiz. Oh, Scarfone picks it up. Sam Scarfone. Yes, rim and in.
Good implementation of the new reset rule. Breakers throws the ball back to nobody, but it does not pass the keeper zone, so it's still live and eligible to be passed that way.
Presenting AR
That's a good question.
And it was fine.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure, was that beat before whistle, after?
Lost Boys lead 100-20.
Okay, but they beat.
1 second. Rewind.
He was beat.
Yeah, no, how are you? I
genuinely don't remember.
that's what I mean. When I was like,
I wasn't watching it.
110 is the other one.
That was like,
I was watching. All the contact was perfectly legal.
So stoppage here, but Lost Boys with a 80-point lead, 120 here. Breakers really just haven't gotten into gear. They've been held to just 2 goals. Very uncharacteristic of them early on, but it's really just been a game of inches here for Breakers. Pass is just a bit too tall. Rebounds going in for the Lost Boys. Shots, mid-range shots, and they're going to need to right the ship very soon here if they're going to get back into this game.
The Breakers are really feeling the Sam Harris loss, who unfortunately got hurt in the first game as their starting keeper, and the offense is just missing Sam Harris, and you can tell by the scoreline and you can tell by the passes that are ending up on the ground. They're just a little, everything's just a little off for them, and they'll have time to adjust for their next game, but right now it is off.
And Jaime Alamon getting a yellow card there for a back contact. That is not going to help Breakers in their bid to make this game a bit closer, but it will be negated by the goal, and Alamon back in play. It'll be Kreger and Daruk. Oh, it is Daruk. In at beater.
Judd with the quad ball.
Daruk beat by Nowak.
Krieger
and Nowak. Oh, the beat there by Nowak, and that's a good goal.
Yeah, Judd makes a great shot onto the high hoop. It was in
And
from my angle. The referees aren't signaling anything.
There is no signal yet on that shot from John Judd.
Only Jesse saw good.
That was good.
Laura says no.
So there's a and so it did look like a good goal, but the goal refs did not call it good.
If the goal is,
And yes, Lane is playing on Breakers for the day, I believe.
yes,
So
for the day.
a rental player for the Breakers, usually on UCLA. And there we saw Lane and Kreger, their coach, actually squaring off in a little beater duel there. Lane winning out. So
When play restarts, you'll see Breakers maybe retain dodgeball control. We'll see the Lost Boys have been very aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to skirmish far away from the quad ball game. It will all depend on if the goal's called good with how they're going to go forward.
the goal is good from John Judd. So Breakers
Great
now
mid-range
behind by
shot
7.
with their left hand. Breakers going to recover control. Vincent Woolsey back in, who thrived in the first part of the game.
Yeah, Vincent Woolsey was a big contributor in the first part of this game. Now back on pitch and immediately getting the quad ball from Sam Scarfoni.
Lost Boys look like to regain control. No, they don't. Krieger's beat at the hoop. Daruk is throwing, trying to regain control. Daruk is going to regain control for the Lost Boys.
Trying to get around Gabe Garcia, pushing him back. Oh, the one-handed grab by Woolsey and leaving Jaime Alamon in the dust. Oh man, Vincent Woolsey taking over. It's like he never left the field.
Woolsey puts up his 5th goal of the day, maybe 5th of the game. Had multiple in the game previous as well.
This is the Vincent Woolsey game so far.
Sam Selly rejoins the Breakers beater line.
Woolsey in at point.
Pass to Judd. Judd's pressured by...
So there's
Dark's beat.
Here is Gabe Garcia.
Drives
Garcia. Oh yeah,
Score.
Garcia with no dodgeballs in his way. That's an easy goal for Breakers.
Shifts around Mark Capuccio and scores on the
The
tall
score
hoop.
is wrong. I believe it should be 40 to 100. No, it should be 40 to 110.
I saw it right.
It should be 40 to 110. And the score is now right. 110 to 40. Lost Boys in front.
Cressito rejoins the quad ball line.
And
Lindsey
just saying
Simpson
in a beater.
rejoins. Woolsey still on the pitch. Expect goals from Vincent Woolsey. Cressito with the ball wide right.
It's a dangerous line here for Lost Boys with Cito and Woolsey both in. Oh, Selly misses a beat there.
Cito's pressuring. No dodgeball's in front of them.
Cito,
scores.
oh yeah. Cito taking it around the world. Window shopping there for Chris Cito, and that's a good goal.
Breakers beaters elect to have a beater battle behind the hoops, and Chris Cito recognizes it and scores. I've got to warm up to play you guys, I think, so I'm gonna take off.
All right.
That was great. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Here is John Judd. Here we got Luca Menezes here. Here is, yeah, John Judd still with the possession to Alamon, taking space at keeper zone. Alamon to Garcia, the one-handed grab. Garcia to, oh no, there's a beat there. Sammy Aoyang beat there, and there's gonna be an intermission. So as flag runner comes out, Spiro Tanous, the flag runner for this game, the Lost Boys commanding lead, 120-40. And Vincent Woolsey, so far, he's been the one to watch. So Luca Menezes here in the booth with me, and you'll be taking over for a little bit. What do you think so far of this game, Luca?
Vincent Woolsey is just the star of the game right now, to be honest. He's just taking this over. But I mean, the Breakers are kind of coming back a little bit, trying to put in an effort, but the Lost Boys are just dominating so far.
We'll see if the Breakers can find some steam on the restart.
Yeah, okay.
I have to get my...
Okay, so Chananong has put me here in charge of the booth. I think we've got Spiro Tanous as the flag runner right now. Harry Dill, HR, giving out instructions. Ooh. Good game by Lost Boys so far, though. Definitely. And Chan comes back, thank God, to take over. But whoa.
All right, here we
Lost
are.
Boys are tough to play against, though.
Oh, certainly. Hello.
Their beater play is...
Welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you all. So far in this game, Lost Boys have been very clinical, making a ton of stops on defense, and likewise on the opposite end, finishing very reliably at hoops. There's really only been, I'd say, 2 instances where Lost Boys have missed a pass, missed a shot. They have been very, very good. So Gabe Garcia trying to pull a Steve DiCarlo. Chris Cito dodges the beat from Moak. Cito taking everyone on his own. He's still going. And there's a stoppage, but Chris Cito was taking on the entire Breakers line. With no support, Chris Cito just went in full head of steam.
Apparently there's a yellow
And there's a yellow card on Gabe Garcia.
Is it behind the back tackle?
Let's see if Chris Cito keeps going here.
Well, he probably
beat
he has
3.
Woolsey behind hoops.
He single-handedly took on
Might give
3
it to
or
Woolsey
4.
behind hoops or,
Oh, Cito is going.
He's just going
He's
in.
going on his own.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He needs no support. Chris Cito, a one-man offense. That was very impressive from Chris Cito, showing exactly why he was selected for Team USA. Here is Hugo Quiroz trying to catch. Oh no, through the legs, does not quite go. Tommy Brown strips the bludger. Oh, Tommy Brown with the double, stripping the ball and beating out Sam Selly. Brown still on the attack. Meanwhile, Kalen Ta can't reel it in at hoops. Ta off to Aoyang. Aoyang to Garcia. Garcia still fancy feet behind hoops. The goal deflected it in. There's a huge scrum as Hugo still is going for the sit. Tyler Ortiz beat there by Sam Selly. Quiroz back in. And Tommy Brown hustling over. Oh, he catches.
He catches the snitch. Oh, the flag.
Quiroz with the flagpole. and they are going to discuss
Yeah,
this
I
one.
think that was a good. that
This
was a good
would
catch.
put Breakers right back in this game. And there was a deflected shot there from Gabe Garcia that floated and fell into the center hoop on the Lost Boys end. And here we have Hugo Quiros with potentially a good flag pull.
Score table, are you already flipping the score from the Cavs?
So Tommy Brown hustling over, booking it to try and beat Hugo there.
it's a good-
But we don't know if
flag
it's going to be good. And
catch. It was called good.
it was good. The catch is good. And Lost Boys, just like that, have dropped their lead to only 3 goals. So, rather 4 goals.
35 points.
So 35 points now is the lead for Lost Boys when it was once at 70.
Do you know what set score is? Or is it not?
What is set score?
What, Jesse?
What is set score?
Jesse. Jesse, what's set score? Do you know?
What is, what,
180?
You guys have not scored. So set score is 180.
set score is 180.
I mean, the Breakers are back.
So
in
the
this.
Breakers, the good goal there from Gabe Garcia and the flag pull from Hugo Quiros, single-handedly bringing them right back into the thick of things. It looked bleak for Breakers early on. They looked very, very off, completely unlike their clinical performances in the past. But here they are, right back in it. And it only took 2 plays for them to do it. But it's definitely not over yet because Breakers still have some things to iron out. As we saw over there, Kalen Ta unable to reel in a pass there. And that's something that the Breakers are usually
Clinical.
they usually are very clinical
Yeah.
with passes like that, with shots like that. And they're going to need to get things right
Yeah, they
if
have
they're
to
going to
fix
finish
their-
this
their
game off and
easy
make this comeback
throws.
done.
Their
Yeah,
easy throws and their
they
easy
need to,
catches have to be fixed. But if they do that, they're right back in this.
they certainly are, Luca. They certainly are.
And they're picking up their pace right now.
It is 140 to 85.
We'll see if Lost Boys can keep their composure after this big swing in the game.
The Lost Boys lead was once at 70 points. It has evaporated to only 35. It's been cut in half. And the Breakers have the quad ball.
Is this score correct?
The score
They put
is right.
140 to 85.
It is 140 to... Oh, wait.
Wasn't it 110?
Score is 140 to 85.
Okay.
Wait,
There's
okay.
some adjustments.
Okay, so the score is 140-85. John Judd.
Oh, what
Oh!
a play.
Shea Hillinger tried to get in his way. John Judd bulldozed right through him. Oselli is adventuring here and
Breakers
gets
have none
and
here.
does
Oh,
not
but
and gets
Shirley's
beat
coming
out.
back.
Oh, John Judd throws
tackle.
Cito down. Cito is off broom. And there's a, oh yes, and Cito was off broom before getting the pass out. John Judd, a humongous hit on Chris
What a
Cito,
play. Oh,
not allowing Cito to take on the defense like he did 2 plays ago. John Judd laying down the law, and on the other end, no. Cito picking the ball up. Judd no longer in his way. It's Cito all alone. Cito, yes.
what a play.
With John Judd out of commission at hoops, Cito sensed the lane, and he took it with aplomb there. Chris Cito, another goal. It's 150 to 95. So there is a big score adjustment there, but the game is still within reach for the Bay Area Breakers after the flagpole. The set score is 180, and the score right now, Lost Boys 150, Bay Area Breakers 95. And Chris Cito, whereas Vincent Woolsey was really the dynamo of the Lost Boys offense earlier on, now Chris Cito is making his mark.
Every single fast break, I feel like it's him just taking the ball by himself and getting it done. Every single play. He probably has like
It's
over 5 goals
it's really
already.
the agility. It's the agility, the
Yeah.
awareness of Chris Cito. just the killer mentality in offense, and the lack of fear to take on these drives, to drive through multiple people. It's really something to watch. And John Judd really with a big hit on him. Cito unfazed, and he keeps eating. So here we go on the restart. A Breakers timeout. Lost Boys. Cal is playing Anteaters forever after this match.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
we might have to
150 to 95. It is Lost Boys in front. Set score 180. Lost Boys need 3 goals to close this game out. But can Breakers pull this one out of the hat? Sam Selly and Lane Nowak trying to make something happen against Brown and Kim Chang. Sebastian Lamb. There's a beater scrum. Judd, yes! Lamb dishes to Judd. Judd with the mid-range, and that is good. So now, Breakers in triple digits, 150 to 105.
And that was great beater play by the Breakers.
Sam Selly blowing up the play, grabbing control, and the goal from John Judd. You could not have drawn up a better play there for the Bay Area Breakers. But can they stop Chris Cito on the other end? That is the big question here. Princeton Wen trying to get around Sebastian Lamb. Brown. Oh, the beat there. Cito.
He's taking it.
Oh, the hoop breaks and it does not go in. So Cito wriggling, trying to get the ball into the small hoop, but the hoop goes down and the ball does not go in. Judd. Oh, Cito, the block right into the arms of Chris Cito there. John Judd shot denied. Here's Princeton Wen. Oh, Judd off broom. Judd flying in there to try and make the hit. Only gets off broom instead, but Breakers with control. Here is Wen driving. Wen trying to make an inroad. No, but back to Cito. Kuros pressing. Back to Wen. And the ball is out, and there's a pass back to, there's a pass to no one, I believe. And so Princeton Wen there, pressed by Hugo Kuros, ended up, I believe, passing the ball backwards where there were no quad ball players for Lost Boys in sight. So I believe that would be a pass to no one.
With the rule change, that might be allowed now.
I don't think so. That's either a pass to no one or an illegal reset. Yeah.
For resets, I think it might be allowed. Although he might have gotten it back inside the keeper zone. I'm not sure what the call is going to be. Let's see what the call is. Okay. Was it Cito?
So that was a very odd call because I believe that Cito was the individual that got his jersey pulled. So it is certainly an odd call on this one. That does not seem like the right call.
There's some confusion.
Because I believe that John Judd pulled Chris Cito's jersey, but ended up going off broom. So it does not really make sense to me as to why Chris Cito is being carded for a jersey pull, but
apparently they kept the call though.
So the call stands here as Cito is sent into the penalty box and Princeton Wen will don the green headband. So a very interesting turn of events here, and that really might swing momentum in the favor of Bay Area Breakers. That call is very big, as the most potent weapon on offense for the Lost Boys is now in the penalty box. And the hoop is broken. So the hoop that Cito attempted to finish on there has reached the end of its life.
Hand through the hoop, baby. Hand through the hoop. Go for style. Go for style. Hold on.
And they're trying to fix it.
They're trying to fix the hoop,
to be working.
but it does not seem like the hoop is being fixed.
There's a lot of effort being put in to fix that hoop, but it doesn't seem that it's going to work there.
Yeah, that hoop really took a beating there.
Yeah.
It was a tangle of bodies there. Cito trying to force the ball through that hoop, but it went down. I believe it was Gabe Garcia that fell on it. But what is happening over here in the meantime is that upon the restart, Tom Bautista is going to have one man to beat, and that's Princeton Wen. But he has 3 hoops to choose from. So Chris Cito getting carded for an offense that I don't think that we saw him commit.
Yeah.
But this now leads Bay Area Breakers to...
This might be costing them a score here.
Right. This is going to almost certainly cost them a goal.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and with the game becoming closer and closer,
it will be down
this
to
could be a
35
big,
points.
big play. And that call on Chris Cito really could change the outcome and really could change the destiny of what might go on later in this game. And it's certainly far from over. Lost Boys need 3 to win, but Bay Area Breakers have been really tenacious. They started off slow, but they've been picking it up, and they're certainly still in this. And the hoop is still not fixed, so equipment stoppage. The set score is 180, I believe. So there are, wait.
And we have balloons on the field.
There are balloons falling from the sky. So balloons falling from the sky, hoop broken.
For a happy birthday, not sure.
Breakers building a comeback. This is a very wild game. A lot of interesting events have happened, and there are still at least 3 more goals in this.
At one point, Lost Boys were up by 70. Now that lead might go down to 35 potentially with a score.
Lost
here.
Boys were up by a massive margin early on in this game. Vincent Woolsey was taking over the game, absolutely running past people, just blowing by defenders, making great stops on defense. And here in the second half, it's been Chris Cito that's been that spark on offense. But Cito in the penalty box, and Breakers with the chance to bring this game within 35. So I believe the hoop is now fixed. So I believe the hoop is fixed now.
It seems to be fixed.
But yeah, Luca, what do you think of these two teams? They've been, initially it didn't seem like the game was going to be very close.
Yeah.
But Bay Area Breakers have really mounted a spectacular comeback to bring themselves right back.
I'm honestly impressed with the Breakers. They've kept their composure, even though they were 70 points down. They caught the snitch. Now they've got probably a free score here, should be. And they're coming back, honestly. I didn't expect it, but yeah, they've kept their composure, honestly.
It's been a masterclass of tenacity here for the Breakers. Things did not go their way early on, but they've kept their heads in this.
Yeah.
And here they are with an opportunity to potentially cut the lead down to 35 if Tom Bautista can finish this at the Lost Boys hoops.
It seems like the Lost Boys defense has lost some of its energy as the game went on. We'll see what they can do here.
And here's Bautista with Princeton Wen to beat. This is going to be a very crucial goal here for Breakers, and he needs to get this done. Can Wen stop this goal? It's going to be very difficult. The odds are against him, but here we go. Bautista.
Oh,
and that goes through. So Bautista getting the job done. Cito back in play. Quiroz beating out Kim Cheng. Quiroz pressing. And Quiroz is all the way back behind hoops. And Hugo Quiroz. And that's going to be a turnover to Bay Area Breakers.
wow,
Hugo Quiroz,
event.
massive momentum shifter. So Score table. It's the goal is wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Hugo Quiros exploiting the new rule book, forcing an illegal reset on the press of Princeton Wen. Quiros busting his tail all the way down the pitch. And that's going to result in a turnover. And here we go with Breakers.
And you can feel the shift in momentum right now. The Breakers are back in this, and it just seems like Lost Boys can't do anything.
So they're discussing it now. They're discussing if Princeton Wen crossed keeper line and made forward progress before stepping back. So they're going to discuss this. But if it is an illegal reset, that's a huge play from Hugo Quiros.
And the new rules already showing up massively at the end of the game.
There was a call for interfering with a rolling ball after play stopped
I believe
earlier.
we saw that right here.
And here is the decision, which should be coming up shortly. If this is called as a turnover, and it will be. It's a turnover.
Okay.
Tom Bautista with the quad ball. So this is going to be huge. Breakers regaining possession. With no dodgeballs. Oh, John Judd can't handle the pass. But here we go, John Judd. Can he get through everyone? What a catch.
What a score.
That is the kind of passing that Lane is beat. So that is the kind of passing that we expect from Bay Area Breakers. And there are no beaters in play for Breakers. Lane hustling. Brown on them. Brown with the beat again. So here is DiCarlo. Can DiCarlo break through Cito? Oh, that's clean. Cito around John Judd for the goal. So now Lost Boys 20 points away. 2 goals now. But a game that seemed out of reach for Breakers early on has now turned into a very scrappy match at the end. Breakers down only by 35 when they were once down by 70. Garcia trying to get another goal. Every possession is so important. DiCarlo trying to steal the ball. Garcia aware of him. Garcia, oh no, the pass too long for Aoyang.
Out of bounds.
So the pass from Garcia cannot find the hands of Sammy Aoyang. There's going to be a beater battle up here near the midline. And Krager tapped out by Darian Yu. So Breakers with control in the form of Lorena Medrano and Darian Yu. Krager and Tommy Brown in at beater for Lost Boys. Herman Barrios back in at keeper with DiCarlo, Lindsey Simpson, and the ever dangerous Vincent Woolsey behind hoops. It's DiCarlo. To Woolsey. Woolsey. Oh, the miss by Medrano. Back to DiCarlo with one dodgeball down. Oh, it doesn't go. It does not go. Breakers fall on it. So...
And that seemed to be blocked.
So Gabe Garcia, aware of Steve DiCarlo here. And so although Medrano missed the beat, the Breakers are able to recover possession, and that is huge. That is a huge defensive stop here. Medrano tapping out Woolsey. Loren is clear. Krager pressing Garcia. Garcia, long pass. Fruzetti, can he handle it?
Oh,
no.
That's out of bounds. Great dodgeball play by Krieger there.
So Christian Krager pressing Gabe Garcia, forcing an errant pass. And it's really been the theme of these Lost Boys beaters this game. The aggression level. Forcing these errant passes, forcing these mistakes, really putting pressure on quad ball carriers. Oh, it's so Darian is off broom. And now here is DiCarlo trying to survey the field, seeing if Brown and Krager can make something happen. Medrano beat by Brown. DiCarlo, mid-range good. So one more now for the Lost Boys. So you now subbing for Sam Selly with golden goal for Lost Boys.
That's a great play there by DeCarlo to take up the space and get an easy shot.
DeCarlo just allowed was escorted by his beaters up to the keeper's own line, took an easy mid-range shot, uncontested. Very, very great play, very coordinated. Aoyang. Oh, the dodge from Fruzetti. Fruzetti, can he get the pass? Garcia! Airborne there, Garcia still. And there's a foul on the play, but Garcia still going, that's good. And I think that may have been a foul on Vincent Woolsey as he took down Gabe Garcia, and he is going to be headed into the box. So 135 to 170. So Lost Boys with 1 goal to go. And they're going to try and finish this now. They can't let Breakers have any more rope. They can't let Breakers score even 1 or 2 more goals because that's going to make this game very, very tense. Lost Boys want to end this now, but it will be hard for them as Vincent Woolsey may be in the penalty. So it was Woolsey who took down Gabe Garcia.
I believe it was. Yeah. But they might have let play continue there. So I'm not sure what the call was.
Even if Woolsey did commit an illegal, even if Woolsey did foul Garcia there, his time in the penalty box should be negated by Garcia's good goal.
Exactly.
So Lost Boys should have all their weapons on pitch to try and orchestrate this final drive for this final goal. So net contact there for Vincent Woolsey, but it will be negated by the good goal.
And great calls there by referee.
So here we go. The Lost Boys have every weapon at their disposal. Woolsey back in. DeCarlo and Herman Barrios and at keeper Lindsey Simpson and beaters Christian Krieger and Tommy Brown. Can they get this goal? Set score 180, Lost Boys up 170 to 135, but this is their golden goal.
And they have dodgeball control as well for this offense.
So Breakers operating without control. Krieger and Brown, they need to make something happen here.
See how
Barrios,
these beaters are.
Krieger trying to get past Metrano on the wing.
Lost Boys really being patient.
So there's a bludger scrum. DeCarlo now sees no bludgers. DeCarlo Simpson, yes, that's good.
What a play. Just high percentage passing.
So Lost Boys eke out this win. Assuming that there are no fouls on that last play, there was a heated beater battle going on there.
That seemed very clean, though, if I can be honest. I don't believe that's going to get called.
I don't know if that foul... I don't know if there was a foul there. The refs are discussing, but...
I got beat as I was going for it. Look at me.
But... There's going to be a...
Yeah, there's apparently a...
There's a referee discussion going on. And I don't know if it was related to the beater play that happened there, but... The dish from DeCarlo to Simpson looked very clean.
That was clean. It might have been maybe in the beater play.
But imagine if a beater foul here
negates the score. And it is. And it is a blue card. Blue card on Krieger. Number 70 for Lost Boys.
Oh, but there is a blue card on Krieger, but that will be...
The goal still counts.
The goal will stand, and Lost Boys will eke out a win here over Bay Area Breakers. Final score 180 to 135.
But what a game.
What a game indeed. Bay Area Breakers looking down and out in the first half, mounted a very spirited comeback to bring themselves back into this game. They couldn't quite make the finishing touch on it, though, as Lost Boys hold on for this win. More coverage of Neverland Classic coming right up, as we'll have Cal versus Anteaters Forever in the next game of pool play. But later on in the day, we'll have some very high-intensity matches we'll see Anteaters Forever, the reigning West Regional champions, have a good number of games today, and we'll have a championship match between the first and second seeds of the pool, which will be later on today. But next up on coverage will be Anteaters Forever versus Cal Quadball. So thank you for tuning in to this coverage of Lost Boys against Breakers, and we'll see you right back here hopefully for the next game, which is Anteaters Forever against Cal. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you guys in a little bit.